Hey everyone, this is Flavio Morrissey. I'm here at St. Augustine on the famous St. George Street, and we're just going to take a stroll, let you take a look at some of the shops, and tell you a little bit about St. Augustine and how to get here if you're coming to visit Orlando. It's about a 2-hour drive from Orlando. There are beaches here. There's somewhat of a nightlife. They're famous for their pub crawls and a lot of live music, and many shopping places and good restaurants. So if you've never been here to St. Augustine, it's really cool. Anyway, let me flip it around so you can see what it looks like for yourself. So we're just walking down. This is St. George Street, so you can see some of the old buildings. And St. Augustine is the oldest city in the United States, settled in 1565. And this time of year, it's starting to get warm out. And you can see all the hustle and bustle. And I'm here with a group today. Hey Brian, how are you? Hey Kim, how are you? Hey Steve-O. We're just having a good time walking down the street, but a lot of good restaurants. I've sampled a lot of these different restaurants around here. There's bakeries, a little bit of everything. There's a lot of history here. There's a college. One of the things you have to do while you're here is ride one of the historic trolley tours. It's also a hop-on, hop-off, so you could travel around, and that trolley usually lasts you for a couple of days. And if you do come up, you could spend a day trip, leave early in the morning, get up here. Hey Catherine, how are you? Good morning from Costa Rica. Terrific. Hey Grant, how are you? So there's all kinds of stuff to do in Florida. St. Augustine is a frequent place that a lot of people go from the Central Florida area to visit, and there's a lot of side streets you could see. There's Spanish Street, there's boat rides, eco tours, a lot of cool stuff. Hey Kim, how are you? We are continuing down St. George Street if you just popped on, and as we walk along you can see there's a lot of people here. School's about to let out here in Florida, so a lot of school groups are coming in after their testing, and so you get a lot of school field trips, especially during the week. If you come here on the weekends, it can get quite busy, and you always want to book your hotels a little bit out, and you can get a hotel on the beach, and they have shuttle service from this area to the beach if you get your trolley. So you can spend the day and have a great time here. It's really nice here in the summertime. There's a lot of attractions, everything from St. Augustine Alligator Farm to the Castillo de San Marcos. So a lot of neat history. If there's any military history here, we had the English settle here after the Spanish, so you see a lot of influence from everywhere. You can see all the flags ahead of us right now too. Hey James, how are you from Scotland? Awesome. So if you ever come to St. Augustine, it's a lot of fun. A lot of good places to see and do, and you can just take your time and stroll around and do a pub crawl at nighttime or early evening, or even during the day, whenever you want to. But I enjoy St. Augustine, have a good time here. Here's another side street, and you can see they're labeled, and there's a lot of trolleys that may come by. But we'll walk down one of the side streets. They're kind of quiet, and there's a lot of little cafes and restaurants along the way too. Now don't forget, if you guys are watching, that we're having our contest coming up on International Drive Attractions, and it's really easy to enter. I know there's been a lot of people saying, well, how do you do this? So the instructions are, you're supposed to add someone to the group and also say meet at Game Changers. So if you do those two things, you are entered. Kim Black will enter you in the contest, and the winners, the first prize is the Wow Pack, which is something we just introduced. It includes Wonderworks. It also includes Madame Tussauds, Sea Life, the Orlando Eye, 2 weeks of the I Ride Trolley Pass, and 1 round at Gator Golf. So that's going to be a pretty neat package. That's first prize for 2. Second is the iDrive combo, which is Madame Tussauds, Sea Life, and also the Orlando Eye and the trolley passes for 14 days. So that's pretty good. And then the last prize are 2 trolley passes for 14 days. So everybody can use that stuff when you're staying on iDrive, so it helps out. Hey Steve-O, how are you? Belfast, is it hot or cold over there, Steve-O? Because here in St. Augustine it's pretty warm. Here's one of the trolleys coming by, so we'll let that trolley come by so you can see. And it's a narrative tour, and it's a historic tour. It takes about a good hour if you just do it straight, but it makes a lot of stops along the way throughout town. St. Augustine is not big at all, so it's really easy to walk. Here's the end of it down there. And here comes the trolley coming on by with a narrative tour. So it's pretty good. It's nice leisure. And they give you a sticker. You can see everybody wearing stickers. That tells you who's supposed to be on the train. So it's hard to sneak on. We're gonna walk down to the waterfront and end up over here. And just so you can see, it's just a piece of St. Augustine. But again, don't forget to enter into the contest. It's real easy. All you really have to do is add somebody to the group and say meet at Game Changers. Also, some other breaking news coming up is Murphy's Pub will be opening up soon, and the new owner will also be entertaining different members of the group coming in as well, like we used to do a while back. So if you guys have any questions, please ask away. I'll be glad to answer anything for you, but I'll know more information as the week goes on. All right, so here's the water. So I just wanted to show you what it looks like. So we're right on the edge, and the inlet is right out there, and straight ahead is the fort. That's the original Spanish fort that was here. So hopefully you just enjoyed a little bit of St. Augustine, and there's a hotel right here to give you an idea. So hotels are pretty close. Best Western, but you do have to book in advance. And if you need any help with any of your excursions while you're in Orlando, whether it's Kennedy Space Center, airboating, going to Clearwater, St. Augustine, Cocoa Beach, be my guest and give me a call or give me a shout out, and I'll be glad to try to help you out in any way we can. And I hopefully everyone enjoyed this video. I'll flip this around so you can see who's talking again. And it's pretty warm out, it's pretty windy too. But if you get a chance to come to St. Augustine, or if you heard of anybody going to St. Augustine, ask them about it. It's pretty cool. And there's a lot more to see and do in Orlando just besides the theme park. So sometimes you need those good rest days, and this is a good place to do it at. All right, everyone, I'll see you guys next time. This is Flavio Morrissey from Oscursions, and I'm in St. Augustine. We'll see you at Game Changers.